What do I know? I'm just a podcaster. All right, so let's get into the core of what I wanted to talk about, and that's doing a little bit of what we like to call in wrestling, shoot from the hip. So I have done this, I've done this very few times, but it just feels like now is the perfect time to really start doing this again, because there's something that actually did bug me quite a bit. So before we get into that, I have to actually go out and say this on behalf of Elite Ringside Network and all the co-hosts here: Spencer Hart, Max Beatty, Chris Lockman, AJ Jensen, Victory Bell. We have hit a milestone here for Spreaker.com, and we've reached 10,000 listens, 10,000 views on the Spreaker.com app, and oh my gosh, this is just awesome to see. So right off the bat, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you guys for all of your input. Thank you for all the guest appearances. Thank you for just listening to our show, showing your support. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. It means a lot to everybody a part of the Elite Ringside Network. It's just fantastic to see that. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing. It almost feels like, like you're, what do I call it? Like you're a YouTuber and you're seeing that huge, awesome, video that goes viral, and flat out, it's just awesome to see that. Oh my gosh, I'm still in shock that we made it this far. So wanted to do that before I got into the interesting and very unique, shoot that I'm about to do right now. So got the good news out of the way. Now it's time for me to bring reality into the mix. So I have been doing this podcasting deal for almost, I want to say, gosh, it's getting almost close to 2 years here. And in this 2 years, I have been able to do so many things I never thought I'd be able to do. I've been able to interview so many great people. I mean, I could, again, go through the laundry list of people that I've gotten the chance to talk to. SoCal Val, Drew Galloway, Angelina Love, Marty Bell, so many independent people like Aria Blake, Ange Whitehead, so many more that I'm definitely trying to get a hold of right now. Getting the chance to interview the daughter of Mick Foley, Noelle Foley, was just so much fun. And flat out, she is just a great, talented woman and just very fun to talk to. Even if some people look at her on Holy Foley and think, she's kind of bland, she's kind of like, she's really just a great person to talk to. She's an amazing person. But everything that I've done the last 2 years has just been, oh man, I've been so happy for. I've been just so grateful that I've gotten the chance to do that. And, of course, last year, getting the chance to meet with some of the great wrestlers, like, legendary wrestlers like Cowboy Bob Orton, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, Mean Gene Okerlund, the NWO and Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Sean Waltman, meeting up with Velvet Sky, and expanding so much by, talking to so many different people. Like Dederson's Dark Coffin Classics is a great TV show, and definitely if you're in the Kenosha area, check it out. Otherwise, guys, go check it out on their YouTube page. Getting the chance to get an amazing, tremendous co-host in Victory Bell. So grateful that I have her, helping out so many times, doing Change the F Up, and just doing a great job, just being her, really. So, that being said, just all these great things I've had, and it's getting close to about the year marker that I joined up with the Squared Circle podcast, and it has been just a tremendous honor getting the chance to work with Spencer Hart and with Max Beatty, talking about wrestling, talking about so many of these other things, and it's just been really phenomenal. I enjoyed every single bit of it until about a couple months ago. I've reached a point, well, actually, it's been a little more than a couple months ago. I think it's probably been around since Summer to Slam time. I think you started noticing that I've been doing a little more of the podcasts by myself, or I've been doing things with like special guest deals, just solo, really. And it's kind of been frustrating. And there came a point where I was just finally, I was mellow, I was calm, everything seemed like it was going well. But this past Tuesday night, I listened into the SmackDown recap with Spencer Hart and Max Beatty, and there were some words that were said on there that I really it kind of made me very, I wouldn't say uncomfortable, I would just say they really kind of got my goat. So you know what? I'm not even going to say, you need to hear it from the horse's mouth himself, so by all means, let me play you the footage, and you'll see what I mean.
I have to say something. Chris Lockman.
Oh, Lord.
So, Thursday night, I'm going to be going to Smark Money. I'm invading Smark Money to do this frickin' thing with Chris, this stupid Chris, who decided that beating me was the best thing he's ever done in his life. It is, because Chris doesn't really amount to anything. I mean, our show beats them in ratings. I mean, it's quite clear that they are very jealous of what we've got here. So, Chris, I hope you know that title was never meant for you. That title, it's coming home, baby. And it's coming back to the first Squared Circle Podcast Heavyweight Champion. But, they don't want to call it that anymore. They want to be known as the Elite Ringside Network Heavyweight Champion. Fine. I mean, the WWE title can change names as much as it wants, but it's still the same belt. So, Chris, thanks for keeping it warm for me, buddy.
So, okay. First off, it's kind of one of those things. Yes, I used a speaker to kind of crank it up, so I do apologize if the volume quality was kind of iffy. Hopefully you guys heard basically what he said. So he basically said that he talks about, our show being the, having better ratings, and talking about how, it's better, and how, he is the, first, SCP champion, Squared Circle Podcast champion, whatever. This is where I start to shoot from the hip. All right, so he's probably listening right now. So Spencer, yes, I did play that from your podcast this past Tuesday, and I don't regret it. Here's my issue. You don't at all have a right to say that you're a major player when it comes to the ratings. Because here's the thing. You look at a lot of the podcasts that have been going on, the Spreaker.com app, through all the great ways of we get the chance to, reach out to the world. You don't get that. You know why? Because you're what we would consider in wrestling a part-timer. You have always been one of those guys who hasn't gotten to be that person who has, made the effort to be a part of the show. There have been a lot of times where we've tried contacting you, you've said nothing. So here's the thing. It's really funny that you finally decide to come back at around a time where it seems to benefit you the most, when you get a title shot. Because from Royal Rumble to about now, how many times have you been on a podcast? Very minuscule. So, I get it that we had our ranking system, and we had the point system, and we had everything like that, and it didn't bother me for a while, but ever since we launched the network, I feel like Chris and AJ, they have done their part. I feel that Max Beatty, he has done his part. Spencer? No. No. Don't even try to say that he did his major part. I mean, granted, he's found a lot of formats in the past for us to branch out for this podcast to work. But that was in the past. I'm talking about the present. And presently, who has been the guy who's been here for the fans the most? That is indeed been me. And the fact that, day in and day out that I have proved myself on this podcast, whether it be talking about professional wrestling, whether it be talking about comic books, whether it be talking about movies, you cannot blame the fact that right now in this Elite Ringside Network, nobody can touch me. And it just seems like, no matter how many times that I try to prove myself, I barely get that much of like a thank you or anything like that. And trust me when I say this, to quote a certain straight edge savior, this isn't sour grapes, but the fact of the matter that he is getting a title shot this Sunday, and I'm sure as hell is not, that makes me sick to my stomach. This is one of those things where it just agitates me the most, that he's making it seem like somehow, he's the centerfold. He's like somehow the guy. You need to remember something, that when it came down to it, that this podcast was doing minuscule stuff until I came around. And the fact of the matter is, Spencer Hart's not going to acknowledge me. He's not going to be like that. I mean, you heard it himself. He had no respect for Mr. Chris Lockman, calling him stupid Chris. Yeah, there's a reason why he has the list of Lockman. Because he puts people that make him laugh, losers especially, like you, on there. Because then he can look back and think, yeah, that guy was not intimidating at all. I'm pretty sure you made that list 3 times already. For those of you that don't know, look at least at the earlier photos of the Elite Ringside Network group page, and you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. You'll see the list of Lockman and how many times Spencer has made that list. So, I am agitated at the fact that he is getting a title shot on Sunday. I'm agitated at the fact that somehow he will make it seem like he is somehow this centerfold of how our ratings have been doing well. And of course, he'll mention the fact that, he's been a part of a radio station, blah, blah. That is great to see. Great job for you. But here's the fact. When it comes down to it, whoever has been putting the most time and effort into making this podcast, making this network, they should at least deserve the best right now. And of course, I'm going to get the short end of the stick. And trust me, I'm not trying to blame every other person. I'm just noticing this right now. It's kind of one of those things where I've been ignoring it, but then this whole thing where he talks about, ratings just makes my blood boil. Because it makes it seem like he's somehow a major contributor to that. And he makes it seem like he is hot stuff. No. Because if you remember, about a year ago, the only reason why you were even relevant was the fact that BD Club came in and we basically straight up kicked your ass. And then what happened a month later? You lost to me. Yeah, you had a long title run, about 3 months later, and you make it seem like, it's somehow a reunion tour of longest reigning, never-ending reign, and blah, 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 blah. Shut the hell up. So, this is the way that it goes. This Sunday is going to be a very crucial event. This is basically going to determine the future of Elite Ringside Network. I am pulling 100% for Chris. Because here's the thing. If Spencer Hart walks away with that championship, this is going to be as bad as Goldberg winning the title at Fastlane and then losing it to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. This is going to be as bad as a Roman Reigns 3 reigns of terror. Except for his final reign, which was actually pretty good. You guys remember a lot of the videos that my co-host Max Beatty did about a year ago where he was talking about WrestleMania being fucking shit? That's kind of the attitude I have right now. It's just, I am not pleased with this idea of him getting a title shot. I'm not pleased with the idea of him walking away as the champion. Because right now, here's the fact of the matter. Spencer Hart